The goddamn Sabres, man. Last time I ever believe in you bums. That's right, they're kicking off the first 2025-26 weekly tier list strong by dropping all the way down to McKenna watch along with the Chicago Blackhawks and the San Jose Sharks. The Sabres were one of only 3 winless teams in the NHL, but even more pathetic than the Islanders and Sharks, they have somehow only scored 2 goals through their first 3 games. Just an absolute comedy for the Buffalo Sabres, who are going to begin another rebuild unless they get their fucking acts together. Up above them, we have 4 teams who still technically have a pulse in the Flames, Islanders, Blue Jackets, and Flyers. None of these teams has a 500 record except for the Flyers, and none of these teams should have very high expectations for this season. But honestly, all these teams are still somewhat in the middle of a rebuild, so there weren't high expectations for them this year, but they're just outside of the absolutely worst teams in the NHL, although as I mentioned, the Islanders haven't won a game, so they are very close to dropping down into that McKenna watch next week. Above them, we have a whole glut of up teams, including the Penguins, Mammoth, Ducks, Blues, Canucks, Red Wings, Maple Leafs, Lightning, and Senators, and my god, my Sens supremacy prediction is not aging very well. In addition to Brady Tkachuk getting injured this week, the Sens are only 1-2 on the year. They've allowed among the most goals in the NHL with 14 through 3 games, which is ridiculous for a team that has a defense as good as theirs, but shame on me for believing in Linus Ullmark. Up next, we got teams who are showing some good stuff, including the Predators, Caps, Canadiens, Kings, Wild, Golden Knights, and Rangers, even though the Rangers have been unbelievable ass cheeks at home so far, not scoring a goal yet. But these are all teams who I maybe didn't have as high of expectations for going into this year. I didn't consider them to be true contenders, but they're playing very well so far into the season. Now, small sample size, they could easily drop off in a few games, but for now, you can't help but be impressed with how they've been playing. Up above them, 4 teams that I think are just good in the Bruins, Devils, Jets, and Seattle Kraken. I will pat myself on the back. I called that the Kraken were going to be pretty good this year, and they have looked it so far. And a Boston Bruins resurgence is something that I thought could happen, but maybe not to this extent. We'll see if they're going to be frauds in the next few games or so, but they've put up some pretty impressive wins over teams like the Caps. And then finally, we have 5 teams on early Cup watch: the Florida Panthers, who are cruising despite losing 2 of their best players, Carolina Hurricanes, Avs, Oilers, and Dallas Stars. The latter 3 teams I thought were going to be on Cup watch early. The Carolina Hurricanes, a bit surprising because I thought that they could have some goaltending issues, and Florida, just impressive. How dare I doubt them?